Loading Screen is brought to you by Mike and Ike.
Kid good!
What goes on in your head?
There's a new NPC. There's just so many new things that I think it's going to bring.
There's layers to this game that has people loving it.
Not now, Mom. I'm doing a podcast.
We're going to have to change the damn intro again, aren't we?
I think we might have to.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
I'm doing fantastic, yeah. Enjoying my second time here on Loading Screen. What's up, guys?
Second
How you
time
doing?
here on Loading Screen. Turns out. Hi, chat. What is up, TMA? Nikki, Luna. How is everybody doing? Good morning, everybody. Guys, welcome to episode, what is it, 89?
I believe we're at 89 now.
89. Yeah. Holy crap. But guys, welcome to episode 89 of Loading Screen, brought to you by our lovely sponsors, Mike and Ike and Zip Chair, the most comfy chair for your tushy and the tastiest candy while you're gaming. Guys, welcome everyone. Good to see you. We got a lot of things to cover today. Some news that we're going to kind of go through a little bit, and then we are going to go into a very, very deep conversation that we want you guys to take part in. Okay? But Ed, so turns out your poison actually didn't work.
What?
Either that or your poison was infected.
No way, really?
If you guys are wondering where the hell is Jacob, Jacob is under the weather. He is sick, actually, with COVID.
Ooh. That's not what my poison is supposed to do. For those of you just joining, I thought I poisoned Jacob to take his spot on the show, but if he has COVID, then who did I poison? No! Oh God, Alex, no!
Welcome to the Ed Show.
Yes.
So Ed, real quick before we dive into everything, have you been playing anything? Have you had time to play games? What have you been up to the last 2 days since the last episode?
Ooh, I actually have not had much time to play games. I lied. I played 3 rounds of Apex, lost every round, but outside of that, I've actually been diving deep into an article written by our own Andrew Culp.
Yes, and you guys will see the workings of that today.
Yeah, we'll be going over our buddy Andrew Culp's reasons for buying physical games, and we also interviewed a few other gamers with some non-leading questions to get their unbiased opinion as well.
Yes, and one of the key things there, chat, is that we want to hear your responses to it as well, physical or digital, when it comes to game purchasing. But don't answer yet. That will come in due time. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the first topic today. Interesting game, and Ed, I kind of want to have you. Let me switch scenes here. Have you start it off, kick it off.
Right, so this new game that is coming out today is called Before Your Eyes. It is a story game that tracks your eye blinks. I believe it's in VR, and it's able to track your eye blinks every time you blink. The time advances forward.
Crazy concept. Let's, real quick, we're going to turn the music down low, and we're going to take a look at this game trailer specifically to give you guys more of an idea, because afterwards, I think this is just a cool concept for a video game. Here we go.
Just think back to the very beginning, first thing that you can remember. I'm going to send you there. Every time that you blink, you're going to jump forward in time. Could be a second, could be 5 years.
It's Chloe, your neighbor.
But understand, no matter how much you like it, you're not going to be able to stay.
Benny, ready to come up here?
That's just how this thing works.
So, if you understand what I'm saying, blink over my hand here. You remember blinking, don't you? That thing you did 30,000 times a day?
Bro, I'm getting goosebumps.
Already, my arm's getting tired.
Right.
I'm getting goosebumps because this is like, I mean, maybe not just the music, but like, what a cool freaking concept for a game. I mean, we say all the time, the older you get, the faster life goes, right? The faster life passes you by.
True.
I mean, holy deep.
Yeah, this is like an accurate representation of life moving before your eyes. At first, I didn't really get it reading it, but then like seeing the Hot Wheels turn into a moving box, or the kitten turning into or the cat turning to a mother with a litter of kittens, it really shows you the dynamics of this game and how the story progresses in a way that's like so intriguing.
Too. Oh my god, it is so intriguing, man. I mean, the concept of it, life flashes before your eyes, like, so cool. And then the fact that it's like literally interactive is like another thing that's just like,
yeah. I didn't read too much into it, but from what I've read, it seemed like certain choices you make help move the story in different directions. So there could even be replayability, and there are chances that you could get several different endings.
Oh, and it's out today on Steam.
Out today.
Oh, dude. I am curious what you're going to need to play it. I mean, you're going to need some form of, if it's VR, if it's like oh, you know what? Camera. Duh. Webcam. It probably works into that too.
That is true.
That's so
I wonder if like
cool.
the PlayStation can. It seems like it's only available through Steam, according to the final screen.
Man, that is
potentially.
So neat.
Yeah, hopefully you can use a webcam for those that do not have VR systems.
With the way the story looks like it's being told and the music and everything, I feel like this is going to be a very like, you might get teary-eyed at some points. I love that. I love feeling in a game. You know what I mean?
It's nice to remember that you feel something in here. And you're not just a cold, dark abyss.
Speaking of feeling something, everybody, if you haven't done it already, go and watch. It's on Netflix, A Silent Voice. Holy crap. I was bawling. You know, if you ever need to feel like you're alive, that'll help you. Really cool game. Do you think you're going to check it out, Ed? I mean, do we know the cost of it?
We don't know the cost yet. And I might potentially check it out this weekend, but I could also be very busy. I really won't know until tomorrow. Yeah. What about you?
I would like to. I'm opening up Steam right now to see what it costs.
It seems to be $9.99.
Oh my god, then how can you does it have any reviews yet?
Not that. Overall reviews positive with 14 reviews.
Love it. That's fantastic, man. I'm really excited. I like this, and I said this on the show many times. And maybe this is just because I'm growing older and or growing sick of AAA titles and their lack of, obviously AAA titles. You know, I mean, I just find myself more attracted to indie games because I as I get older, the more games I play, the more I yearn for a story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and sometimes these indie games, they could be like such a dime a dozen.
Yep.
Feels like a personal experience because not everybody gets to experience it. It's not mainstream, and those that do, you're able to connect with them on a personal level as well.
Exactly, and every day. So, God in chat says, every day I need to feel alive. Moobot, why would you do that? Moobot, why would you? Prin, I'm so sorry. Moobot is absolutely cutthroat. Also, Twitch updated their auto mod features, and it censors everything. So apologies, Printa. That's so mean. Why would it do that? I wish I had control over Moobot, but alas, I do not. But anyway, if you need to feel something before your eyes, check it out. It's a game that uses blinking to push the story forward. Really, really, really cool. Okay, moving on. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, so this is Ed. Are you a horror games fan?
Not entirely. It has been a while since I've played horror games. Although Resident Evil, I feel like, has been such a part of my gaming experience. I don't even count it as horror. I count them as Resident Evil games.
Yeah. Okay, so I think Resident Evil is like a horror thriller in my opinion. Like that's kind of how I gauge that. Yeah. And but this one is called Abandoned. I want to quickly take a look at this trailer. I haven't seen it yet. This is my first look at it, but apparently it is a Abandoned is a cinematic horror survival shooter that emulates realistic survival in first-person perspective, set in a massive, detailed, open-world environment. So let's go ahead and quickly check this one out. Here we go.
Let me tell you a story. A true story. A story that could overcome to all of us. Imagine waking up at a place far, far away from home. Away from your lost ones. Away from friends. Away from safety. Trying to understand how you got there. No one there to guide you. No one there to assist you. No food.
They look like
no
real images.
Water. You've got nothing
They do.
to
It looks
survive.
photorealistic.
Yeah.
But the complicated part is... well, you're a prey. A powerless, thirsty, and a weak prey of a strong, blood-loving community led by a religious nutjob.
Oh, God.
A false prophet that will do anything for power, anything for wealth. And when you realize this, you know it's the end. Your end. But you will never accept this. You will fight for a way out.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow. That, I feel like,
Q4.
did not give us a lot
No.
of information.
I mean, off the beginning, oh, here we go. Here's a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Oh, never mind. Gameplay reveal coming soon. Okay. Thoughts right away?
Right away, if I didn't know that this trailer came out like yesterday, I would have assumed this was an April Fool's joke that someone just like recreated parts of Blair Witch Project.
True.
With that small snippet of gameplay footage, it seems like it might follow suit of Resident Evil 7.
Okay.
But with some cult undertones. How the narration was going off, I started being reminded of like BioShock Infinite or even the original BioShock with Adam, whoever the guy that's telling you "Would you kindly" along the way. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see more, but like at the same time, I feel like I don't have anything to go off of.
No, we got nothing. We got nothing other than basically animated screenshots, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was obviously a work in progress. It's coming Q4 2021. It looks gorgeous. I mean, we got a little snippet of gameplay at the very end there, but from my experience, whenever there's a religious cult involved, that's like, bro, freak me out. Like that is, I'm out. I'm out.
Oh
dude.
yeah. Oh yeah. It could be frightening because those enemy like pawns or NPCs that you experience, they definitely have no disregard for like personal safety.
Exactly.
And they will just charge at you.
All for their savior, all their Lord and Savior, right? Like, oh my God. I mean, hell, that's what attracts me to horror games. Hold on, we're about to get a gameplay clip right here. Let me take a look at it. See what it looks like in motion. Yeah, that's photorealistic, dude. I mean, other than the shitty hand, but you know, whatever.
I'm interested to see like what FPS this will be like running at, because it seems like I don't know if it was the way that the video was coming in, but it seems like they're trying to do something with the way that the camera moves to try to add more to the horror of it.
Yeah, no, that's I mean, it did say PlayStation 5 exclusive, so all of 100 people on the planet are going to be able to play it. But
if you're one of those 100 people like Alex is, let us know how you feel about it when it comes out.
Q4 of 2021, so maybe around Halloween is when it'll come out, and we'll do a Let's Play.
Yeah, hopefully by then 200 more people will be able to buy a PS5.
Yes, true. Okay.
Ooh, shout out to Tweeduardo and John Alex in the chat. You guys are fantastic.
Do you know them?
I'm pretty sure I know who they are.
Nice.
But I'm not going to reveal
Ed's
who.
got fans. Let's go. Silent Hill 1 and 3 have cults too.
Yeah, that makes sense. I never really played the Silent Hill games. Did you, Alex?
I played one of them and it was horrifying. So
yikes.
Good. It was good.
Yeah.
Like I said, guys, we are flying through these news topics because we do have a very big discussion that we want everybody to participate in. Warzone nuke. So everybody knows Warzone's getting Verdansk is getting nuked. However, it seems that the nukes are kind of launching early. Warzone nukes are launching early. Verdansk isn't set to get nuked for another 2 weeks, but the nukes are still happening. This is interesting. So if you guys are playing Warzone, you might experience a nuke or two. I have literal footage of what we're experiencing here. Okay, here we go.
It's important to note that people playing at Verdansk might have seen missiles flying around before, but it's the first time that we see one land and essentially
just
disappear into nothing.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens, and then this guy starts getting shot at. But yeah, nothing happens. It just like, holy bug. Could you imagine like, unless it's planned and they're trying to like, so that when they do go off, you actually get surprised. I don't know.
True. It could be teasing it for those that don't keep up with the news or keep up with any kind of announcements or stuff like that. It seems to be tied to the Kingslayer Trios playlist, as opposed to others, and it only seems to be in the zombie mode in Verdansk. But who knows? Maybe they're trying to call to something, because I believe Fortnite and even Apex did something similar, where rifts would show up or something would show up, and then right at the start of the next season, they would change the map or they would change the lore in some way to reflect that.
Yep. I think this is too little too late, in my opinion. I mean, like, I know a lot of people are going to play the new map of it. I know Warzone is still very, very, very popular. But I got bored of it last year. Or not last year. I got bored of it like 8 months ago when the map didn't change and they weren't adding anything. I don't know. We've talked about this before, where I really, really, really think that there needs to be something added to a battle royale, kind of like Fortnite, how they add things all the time.
Yeah, even though it's the base skeleton of the map, parts of it are constantly changing, things are evolving, and they're adding new gameplay mechanics.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, Warzone hasn't gotten a new map since launch, have they?
They have not. So it's taken a while, and it kind of just further pushes Activision down my list of respected and favorite developers or publishers, whatever.
Let me know when they get to Star Wars Battlefront 2 EA Games level, because that is some really low fruit down there.
Yeah, well, they're getting there, bro. They're getting there. Elegant in chat says, I have an audio bug where if the nuke is flying even a mile away, it's literally all I can hear.
Ooh.
Oh, they messed up, bro.
That doesn't sound fun.
They messed up. Yeah, they messed up.
Burger Gun, I do hope we get Titanfall 3 at some point.
Titanfall 2 was a great game. You played it?
I only played it at my friend's house, and I feel like it just really set the groundwork for me to get into Apex really well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the gameplay mechanics transfer over.
Well, they said in Season 9 there's going to be a lot more Titanfall-esque stuff in it. So
I hope so.
That's going to be cool.
I hope so, because last time they did that, they teased a Titanfall character from the story, and then I believe like within the story of those reveals, that character just went missing, and we haven't heard from them since.
Yeah. They are bringing back 007. We talked about it last episode.
Yeah, they did. They are bringing back 007, and it's going to be really cool when it comes out.
Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm reading chat. I'm doing shit. Like, I'm just excited because this conversation we have coming up is great. Okay. Next order of business, ladies and gents. Oh, it seems I didn't complete the sentence when I was when I was typing it out. Why is MLB The Show 21?
Why is it?
Why is it? Why?
Was there baseball last year? But so supposedly MLB The Show 21 will be available on Xbox Game Pass on day one. And for those of you that don't know, MLB The Show 2021, or as a franchise, is normally a Sony specific property. It is cross-platform, but it does come from Sony Studios themselves.
There we go. I finished it.
Nice. Yeah, it's making waves. Within an article with the developers behind the show, I believe they said, as part of the goal for this year's game, MLB decided to bring the franchise to more players and baseball fans. So they're really going beyond the borders of like corporate who's a Mick was it, and really trying to deliver it to the fans and trying to make it accessible to those out there.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, I mean, it's no surprise. Bringing it to Xbox Game Pass, they wanted to get the game in the hands of more people. But it's curious because this has been an MLB. I mean, MLB has been exclusive to Sony for so long, and now it's on Game Pass, and now it's almost hurting Sony, because you can now play this game for $15 a month or even $10 a month, where on PlayStation 5 you're going to have to pay $70 to play it. And I can tell you right now, Ed, as somebody who is fortunate enough to have a PlayStation 5, I'm not paying $70 for this. I'm going to get it on Game Pass on my last gen console because it's only $15.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I mean, these sports games, they do tend to come out pretty pricey at the beginning because by the end of the year, they go down in price as they're preparing for the next year's version.
Right.
Yeah, I agree, Luna. It is highway robbery. But at the same time, game developers, they got to find a way to pay the bills.
They do, and listen, I think devs deserve to have money. I don't look at it as like, you know, with games being $70. I think one thing that I tried to start doing is look at it as your way of supporting the devs, right? Look at that. Now, granted, $15 a month. I'm hoping Game Pass has some sort of scenario where you're not paying $70, but you are paying the $15. But the dev is getting a little bit more out of the 15. They're getting just as much out of the $15 a month for Game Pass as they are with the $70 if you were to buy it straight up on a console on PS5. But it brings up another question, Ed. Do you think that damn it, I lost my train of thought.
I don't think ever.
Ever? You're just
ever. I don't. Oh, Elegant Watto in chat seems to believe that I stole his copy of Glover 64. Oh. I did try to return it to him, but if you stick around, buddy, we'll talk into more about physical versus digital games, and I'm sure you'd like to be part of that conversation. And also, No Cap brings up retired players too need to pay their bills, and I do think when they bring retired players, they do get some kind of stipend or some kind of residual for their likeness as well. So it makes sense.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I don't know, man. I think this opens up a can of worms where it's like, if MLB The Show has success here, I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of Sony exclusives, and this is good for us consumers, a lot of Sony exclusives that are going to make their way over to Game Pass. You know what I mean?
And not just Sony exclusives. This could also open up a whole new model for other video game franchises as well.
MLB The Show is really making waves. I mean, in terms of, not only is it coming to Game Pass, so it's going to be $15 instead of $70 on PS5. Not instead, but in addition to it being $70 on PS5 and $60 on PS4. It's cross-play. It's one of the first sports games to be cross-play. Cross-platform. It's just, dude, this is the future of sports games. This is what the future of sports games should be.
Yeah. And it's amazing, again, just making their content accessible to as many players as possible, which at the end of the day is what we all want, right?
Yeah, exactly. One thing that the next topic that I want to quickly mention right here is, now, Ed, if you haven't, I mean, you've heard this already, but I had to ban immature people in chat real quick. Halo is my all-time favorite series, all-time favorite game is Halo 2. But I think where the story here lies is Halo Master Chief Collection is a collection. You've played Halo, right?
I played Halo, yeah, but the Master Chief Collection, have they released every Halo game within the collection? Because remember at launch, not every game was out at the time?
They have. And except Halo 5, okay, this I don't get. Halo Master Chief Collection, Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, Reach, and ODST are all on PC, but Halo 5's not on PC. I don't get that. I don't understand that. But
that is upsetting.
Halo is a religion. It is. And what strikes me here is Halo MCC, they launch seasons now, just like every other game is taking a seasonal aspect. Of course. They're still updating it. And Halo 3, which came out many years ago, 10 years ago, I believe, is still getting updates. They just got a new map. Awesome. Check this out real quick. I'm going to turn the volume down so that we don't... Oh, hold on. This is awkward.
So not only are they getting new maps, but they seem to be getting new animated visors, back accessories, new skins, Fireteam Raven armor, which is just pretty cool.
Like, look at the shield on that back. Look at that. That's awesome.
That's something I wish I could have decked out like way back in the day.
Yeah. Oh my God, animated visors, Master Chief Collection Season 6. Again, I don't know how many people are fans of it, but I mean, this game specifically, I love it, so I'm obviously going to cover it. But like new armor, and you know what I think, Ed? I think this is a precursor, obviously a precursor to what they plan on incorporating into Halo Infinite and that multiplayer system. Look at the animated visor there.
Yeah.
I think it's just, this is a good testing ground, in all honesty, for what they want to bring to Infinite. So I think, you know, if you're excited for Infinite or you're not excited for Infinite, I think looking at what they're doing here is really, really, really a kind of foreshadowing what the possibilities for Infinite could be.
Oh yeah, and they're also saying that they're willing to catch up, because in today's day and age with most multiplayer competitive shooters, they're constantly changing, they're constantly adding seasons, new characters, new modes, new maps, and Halo is just willing to up the ante and try to match everyone, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and the thing I like about season passes is you have to really play to work towards something. Like, I think it's the best model for this type of game. If it's going to be a reoccurring game, I think it's the best type of model. It's available now, Halo Season 6 on the Master Chief Collection. Go ahead and check it out. I'm just really excited, man. I think, so we were talking about Battlefront. Don't give me game-breaking microtransactions or, pay to win. Don't make it pay to win.
Yeah.
Get the season pass, unlock a few things, and work to the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The only thing that you should really have to pay extra for is cosmetics, not skills or abilities or anything that can give you an advancement in the game.
Right. Yeah. So, Halo MCC launches Season 6. It has launched already. Check it out, everybody. If you guys haven't gotten into Halo yet, I highly recommend it. Ed, you and I, we need our video department. We need to do a playthrough of all the Halos. Now that all on PC, it's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, this new season definitely gave me a little bit of an itch to get back into that Halo jam.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely take you up on that.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. We got to jump into that. I only have Reach on PC. Download the other ones, my friend. Download the other ones. And it's on Game Pass too. So if you don't want to, you can buy. It's all encompassing, so you don't have to pay an absorbent amount of money for a bunch of different games. Kingdom Hearts, but you can. Yeah, right, dude.
Wow, triggered. Oh, back to Halo.
Oh, I want to unlock this beast though.
Let's do it at another time, man.
Okay. All right.
Like I could go on and on about the beauty of the obscure DS game and the crappiness of Channel Memories, but now is not the time.
Okay.
But Halo, Burger Gun, Halo Reach is a good one to have out of the OG Xbox 360 games, or the Xbox 360s and before, because they had the jetpacks, they had the abilities, they really brought in a lot that changed multiplayer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So enjoy that, Burger Gun. Enjoy it.
While
you can.
Next bit, real quick, hardware news. I just want to touch on this real quick. Everybody knows we've discussed Switch Pro and Nintendo Switch Pro coming out. But apparently, the Nintendo Switch Pro has possibly been discovered in a new Switch update. I'll jump to the tweet right here that kind of has it. But anyway, Nintendo Switch System Update. It appears that update 12.00, update 12, version 12, has added the capability for the dock's internal firmware to be updated.
So it seems like the content has been taken down.
Oh, no, copyright protected content. What?
It's a shame. But two people have gone into the new system update, and they checked the data mines and everything, and they found a lot of mentions of something called code AULA, or device AULA, that AULA, that seems to be linked to dock upgrades to be able to support 4K playability in docked mode.
Okay, hold on. So do you have to buy a new Switch?
That is not confirmed yet. All that they seem to see in the data mine is that there will be an option within the coding to say if the CRDA meaning Cradle Dock for Aula, can support an update or not. Okay. So maybe this will mean that certain Switch models from some point in later might be able to get a firmware update and might be able to, just like within the dock, Maybe Nintendo will start selling a dock separately that could support 4K docked mode.
That would be cool.
Who knows? Who knows? All we know is that within the code that Nintendo released for the system update of the Nintendo Switch hardware and software within Nintendo Switch already has these conditions and codings to support a new cradle, to support a new dock, and to hopefully allow for 4K gaming, which is exciting because I need me some Mario in 4K.
You're telling me it's existed this whole time?
I mean, sure. You could say it existed this whole time, like the Nintendo Switch existed ever since the Wii U, because it's like an inkling in the back of their brain.
Yeah.
But you know, Nintendo is pretty tight-lipped.
Yeah.
They probably have 100 ideas, but they're not going to release it until they're absolutely sure that they have that it has legs to stand on.
That's true. I mean, most Switch things work most Nintendo things work the way they're supposed to as they're released.
Yeah.
Ed, real quick.
Burger Gun brings up in chat
Project
NX, which is what the Switch was, and it was rumored for years about Project NX, and it took forever before they revealed it as the Switch. And I think they revealed it like within 4 months of its release date.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So, but that's good news, though. That's good news. I mean, that's very interesting. And I wonder if like supply and demand costs or like, you know, the supply and demand issues of the last year have kind of made them be like, let's see what we can do with the current hardware, right?
That's true. And maybe they had to go directly to the distributor, directly to the supplier, because a lot of the leaks before this came from talks with NVIDIA and their devices. And normally Nintendo's probably going to have to link up specifically with that in order to find it. Non-Pog Squad.
Yo,
it might not have actually.
York, whoa! Did Jacob got sexy? My oh my! Take him to dinner first, you pig.
I am so sorry, York, but I am taken. Hi, Charles Bosky in chat.
There we go.
Hi, Charles.
There we go. What up? What up, C? Ed, do me a favor. Hit that little refresh button on your vMix window. So there's a little bit of lag, but the refresh button should help the camera catch up. Let's start this discussion. Well, that must have been some good poison if Jacob is still gone. Jacob is still gone, guys. Jacob, he got the sickness that everybody's been trying not to get. So he's down and out. I was going to bring him into the show today, but, you know, I didn't want to push him if he's not feeling well. So, like, just have him call in, give an update. You know what I mean?
Yep, it seems that he might have taken a ride on the Rony Pony, for lack of better terms. Non-Pog Squad. I miss Jacob too, Burger Gun, but thank you.
Yeah, listen, Ed's a great guy, and you know what it's helping to do? You know, Ed's new here at Nerd Street, but it's helping me and Ed develop this kinship. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, once you host a show together, shit changes you.
It's true.
All right, so Ed, I'm going to bring up this next discussion topic. Guys and chat, please get involved. This is what this is all about. You guys know this. I am falling apart at the seams here. We got hardware news. Let me turn that off. But the discussion for today, physical copy versus digital copy of video games. And we have a little video to introduce you guys into it that Ed has put together. Ed, GG, my brother.
I got you.
But we're going to spend the next 30 minutes or so discussing this. So are you guys ready? Hold on. Before we jump all over the hosts here, let's do this. This is a controversial topic, but let's go ahead and turn it down and jump into the video. Here we go.
I'm Andrew Culp, author of 5 Reasons You Should Buy the Hard Copy of Games on Nerd Street Gamers. Today, I'll be breaking down why having a physical copy is generally preferable, but we also asked other gamers about their purchasing practices because everybody is different.
The last physical game that I bought, I'm pretty sure was Ys 9 because I wanted the collector's edition for it.
The last physical game I bought probably several years ago was either Overwatch or Street Fighter V, probably.
I actually just bought the Avengers game for PlayStation 5 about a week ago.
I started purchasing games online, mostly so I don't have to leave my house. It's just a lot easier to click 2 buttons and have it sent to my door.
The last digital game that I purchased was Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it was more so just out of anxiousness. I wanted to get the physical one, but I wasn't sure if it would arrive in time.
The most recent game that I bought digitally was Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and that's because my Xbox Series X arrived and I had no games to play on it, and I needed something right then, right now to play.
So I've actually started purchasing a lot more digital games in the past few years. I used to be a lot more physical media only, but the accessibility for digital media is just so easy. I think the last thing I actually picked up in the store was the only, like, I had to get it from the store, which was my Animal Crossing Switch because my online pre-order got canceled.
When it comes to buying games, most of the times it's pre-planned out, but there's definitely been times where I've been in a store, especially when I was younger, where I would just see a game and I was like, I need that game right now, and I would buy it. And oftentimes when I got it home, I realized that I didn't need that game. But sometimes I found a winner in there.
All of my like retro stuff was in a storage unit that got broken into. So all of my old media is gone, which is another reason why I actually stopped buying as many physical games, because that collection was gone. I didn't have as much of a connection to it.
Yo, so, I mean, first of all, GG's. Second, dude, chat seems to be all for physical. I did not see it going this direction. There's no discussion, Alex. There must be a discussion. There must be.
Yeah, it's very easy for this topic to be polarizing, which is why when we surveyed the 3 other gamers, the first guy in the video, Andrew Culp, is the author of the article, and he has 5 reasons that he strictly believes that you should only buy the hard copy of a game over digital. So when we surveyed these other gamers, we tried to make sure that we gave them open-ended, non-leading questions that they can give their honest opinion.
Correct.
Because once you come up to someone with digital versus physical, they're instantly going to pick a side, and they might try to make every argument or every point to that specific side. And Elegant Watto, I did steal your digital Glover Nintendo 64, but we'll get back to that later. So he in his article went over 5 different reasons, and we asked a series of questions in order to try to touch on them, and we did. As you can see in the next topic, Andrew will go over his first reason, which is resellability or resale value.
Yes, and just so you guys know in chat, I know a lot of people feel very strongly about this. We are going to be getting to comments. If we don't get to them right away, we will get to them, as much as we can. But real quick, Ed, before we jump into the next little video here, because this is a big discussion, and like Ed said, guys, nerdstreetgamers.com/news. Andrew wrote this article, so if you want to read the article, he's obviously in this video, but if you want to read the article, our editorial team has been posting incredible, awesome articles all throughout our website. Check it out. But we're diving into this one today. But everybody's saying, so actually Non-Pog in chat says, Sony shutting down their PS3 store is the #1 reason to buy physical. That's a good argument. That's a good argument.
That is a good argument, Pog. And we do touch on that a bit later because
okay, cool.
As these things do come in, you start to think like physical will last forever, digital might not, kind of like Bitcoin and NFTs that almost seems volatile in the digital landscape.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the next video here. And these are all discussion topics, guys. So here we go. Let me turn that off and switch to full game. Here we go.
Maybe you buy the digital version because it's more convenient, or you think a physical copy is unnecessary. Maybe you never gave it much thought at all. Well, I think you're wrong, and here's why.
Damn!
First of all, a hard copy has resale value. Do people still buy used games? I do. But you know what I like even better than saving money on a used copy? Making money by selling my old games.
When I was younger, I used to buy games and go, I'll just trade this in like a few months later. But at this point in my life, I can afford to not have to do that, so I don't.
Most of it was a lot of my games are sports games, and they don't hold any value because no one wants to play NBA Live 98 when it's, already 2021.
I think at some point I did, but like most people, after a while, I realized it wasn't really worth it. There's a store called Classic Game Junkie in PA. I think it's like just outside of Philly, and I've sold multiple items and bought multiple items from them. So if I were to do that now, I'd probably go there as opposed to a GameStop.
Okay, so resale value is the next thing here, and real quick, Wises Synth, what you said in chat, I want to give the physical to my kids as a passing of my legacy. Our 2 episodes ago, we had one of the craziest conversations about what 3 games would you pass on to your children. That's not this discussion, but if you want to visit that, go ahead and tweet at myself, at Sir Scrallix, or Jacob, who was part of that conversation, Shiggy Diggy Cub, and Nerd Street Gamers. Let us know what the 3 you would pass down and why. So resale value. This is interesting. So let me just put it out there, Ed. Physical versus digital. I used to only buy a physical. Like, I still have the Halo 2 aluminum box.
Nice.
That's the only physical I still have. But I used to sell back everything just to be able to. Like, my parents didn't buy me games. I had to buy my own. So there were a lot of times where I was giving things back to be able to buy the next big game.
Oh yeah. Because there's a certain point in time when you reach a certain age, your parents are like, I'm not buying you any more games. And then you start to make these compromises and decisions about your games that you had before. I don't know about you, Alex, but I've grown to regret some of the games that I've sold. And once I made that realization, I just stopped selling games.
Well, I did have that. And you know what? The one game that I regret to this day, selling back? Rock Band and Guitar Hero.
Oh, I've still kept mine.
You know how much they go for now?
How much?
Dude, just the guitar itself is $200.
Oh, man. Here I am saying I'm not going to resell everything, but now I'm thinking...
I saw your nostrils flare as soon as you asked that question.
Yeah. Oh, that's like a decent week of Uber Eats. Meanwhile, I haven't touched my guitar in years.
Dude, literally $200. Let me... Hold on. Rock Band... Guitar.
Yeah. Neektar in chat does bring up a good point. What's the size of the resale market? GameStop, it's like 23% of their market, and they will give you like major discounts when you try to sell it back to them.
Okay, just the guitar. Oh my god. Just the guitar. The Rock Band 4 wireless Fender Stratocaster guitar controller for Xbox One, $300.
Whoa.
Just the guitar.
Whoa. You could like get a real guitar with that money, can't you?
You literally can. No, non, don't you dare. Nope, you are not selling it. We need, okay, sorry, chat. Work talk. We need a Rock Band set in the new office, okay? Every Friday, there's going to be a rock show, okay? Every Friday.
Yeah.
All right? Just call me Sir Scrall. I don't know, Slasher.
Call me Squiddle Wiggles. I'm the face of the group.
I'm selling mine. Aaron, I will personally see that you don't. Or that your life is miserable afterwards.
Lame abs, I would be happy to catch you singing Don't Stop Me Now.
If games become collector items, they need to have the original plastic on it as well to hold value. So for games, you rip all the plastic to play the game. I mean...
It makes sense, but at the same time, there's a level of rarity. So if out of the, let's say, only 5,000 collector's items were made, but like 50 of them are still saran wrapped and sealed, yes, they're going to be really high in value. But those that have been opened, those that are going for use, they could still be more than the original price in stores because of the rarity.
Yeah. So look at, dude, everybody still has their Rock Band sets. Apparently I was the moron that sold it just to get an Xbox One or something, dude. I'm an idiot.
Loser.
I am a loser.
I am a loser. Oh, no, buddy. Alex, no. Just come over to my parents' house. We'll rock out. You'll feel like a hero again. Lame Abs also sold... he's dead. Oh, no, he's back. Lame Abs also sold his Guitar Hero stuff.
Yeah, where's the shame bell? Okay, all right, well, listen. This leads into the next topic of this discussion, everybody. That and like I said, guys, if you say something in chat and I miss it, feel free to say it again. We'll do our best to get to it. As a physical content lover, physical games lost their allure when studios stopped including art and extras in their physical copies. I agree, 100%.
That is so true.
100%. You remember the game guide books that you used to buy? I would take
Not just the game guide.
I would take that to school and like flip through it. You know, like I can't wait to get home and play Halo 2. Oh my God, let's read all about everything in there.
I used to do the same. I used to have like Resident Evil 3 on the GameCube, the little instruction manual in my backpack, and I would just read it on the bus every day.
Yo, baller, say it to my face. I'm just kidding. I love you. Okay, but so you guys all have Rock Band. Why don't you lend me your physical copies since I don't have it? Oh, what a great segue into our next topic.
Once you're finished with the game, why not loan it or give it to one of your friends? Sure, you can enable file sharing with some digital formats, but there's no limit on how many people can play a hard copy.
Yeah, I've definitely lent games out to people. It's been a long time since I've done that. I feel like Xbox 360 was probably the last time I was lending games out. Maybe there were some Wii games that I gave to like siblings for a bit, you know, because I wasn't using them. But nothing recently because I feel like no one asks for that anymore.
I think I sold CVS2 to a friend of mine who wanted to buy it because he likes to collect classic games. I sold this one for like a few dollars. Wanted to give it to him for free, but he's like, no, this is really rare. But that's probably the closest thing to lending a game that I've done.
Yeah, so bring up a very good point. I don't have many physical games right now, but the ones that I have definitely lent out. Do you guys lend out your physical copies? Ed, do you?
I do. So, you know, Elegant Watto. Maybe I should lend Glover 64 to my friends. So I actually thought a lot about it, and in the last 10 years, I can only remember lending out 2 games. One of which I got back 3 years later, and the other one I still haven't gotten back. One of them being Halo 4. I lent it out to my buddy because he got an Xbox One Series S 5 years after it came out, or a few years after it came out. He had no Xbox games and never got into Halo. So I was like, Halo 4 is the way to go. It's a nice place to start into now. The other one is Octopath Traveler. I gave it to a buddy of mine, and I still have not seen it back. Granted, I did remind him. We did hang out since, and he had it in his possession, and we both forgot about it.
Okay.
But I have not seen that back. What about you, Alex? When was the last time you lent a game out?
You know, I'm kind of with Aaron. I haven't really bought a physical copy of anything since the Xbox 360. And I will say this. It's crazy because there's something to be said. You remember, everybody, at least if you're at a certain age, everybody remembers going to midnight releases for games. Right?
True.
And people don't do that anymore. It's lost its buzz because you can just buy it digitally. Like, I buy games digitally so that I can play them at 12 instead of sitting in line, buying them at 12 a.m. and then playing them after you get home or after you download them, you know? So, yeah. I don't know, man.
It's funny you bring that up because that was one of our questions that we asked these gamers. But none of them have gone to any midnight releases in a long time. Because I think in today's day and age, most midnight releases tend to be digital. Like, if you want to play something at midnight, you would get it digitally to do so.
I mean, what are some... So what's... Like, chat, what's the last game that you guys lended? I think the last game I lended was... Well, I have 2 physical games in my possession. I have Mario Kart 8 for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And I have Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I lent Zelda. Other than that, man, Luigi's Mansion 2, Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2? You have a physical of Last of Us 2? That's like...
Good for you, non-Pog Squad.
Who buys physical copies in 2020? Kappa.
I do buy physical copies from time to time. I do! Really just defend it.
Fusion Frenzy. Oh my god. Ed, have you ever played Fusion Frenzy?
I think so. Way back in the day. It was like the Xbox version of Mario Party.
Yes. Right? Yes. We need to do a Let's Play of that. Holy Batman. Yeah. Oh my god.
The last game I lended was Nicktoons Unite for PS2 to my best friend.
That long ago?
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
That is a long time ago. My god. Nico says, also online providers can often get you the game on release day. Yes. But now, like, if you get a game on, like, Amazon, for instance, everybody's playing the games and you can't until you get yours. So, I don't know, man.
It's true. But you do have to remember, back in the beginning of pandemic, with shipping globally down, a lot of people were switching from their physical pre-orders to digital pre-orders or digital copies of certain games to make sure that they can get it on launch day.
I'm sorry, I'm totally digressing here. This was in my hair.
What? For how long?
So my windows have like stoppers that you can't open them unless you like adjust them, and I broke right through mine today, and this was in my hair for the last 4 hours. Okay. Okay.
Well,
sorry.
If you ask me, dude, you've been looking great for the past 50 minutes or so.
I took the key. I took the keystone out. Now I'm going to fall apart. Okay. Next up we have. So we talked about lendability. Mm-hmm. This one dives into deals. I don't know where Andrew's going to go with this, so I'm curious about what he's going to say here. Let's go ahead and take the lower third off. Let's see.
You also may come across better deals from shippers and brick and mortar stores than you would from a digital store. Buy 2, get 1 free, 50% off, marked down. Yes, please.
I've definitely spent time
Yes,
browsing
please.
through the store, thinking about, am I going to buy a digital game? And then I'm just like, nah, I'll just buy it in the store. And I'm not sure why. I think sometimes it's just I feel like I'll get a better deal or just
Really?
laziness. I'm not sure what it is. I buy everything else online. You would think that I could buy a digital game, but I haven't done that.
For digital games that I'm unsure of, I usually just wait until they're on sale because there's always sales going on.
Huh.
I also have Xbox Game Pass, so if I'm not 100% sure, I usually check
Yep.
to see if it's on there or if it's on there soon, and then I just play it from there, so that way I don't have to make any purchases that I regret. I think I spent like $100 on the last holiday sale on PSN just because I was like, oh, I don't have this game. Oh, I don't have that game. And I had like 30 games at the end of the day.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's ease right there. Like the ease.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, in terms of deals, digital's the way to go, I feel.
Right? I've personally, most of the deals and sales that I've gotten in the last 5 years especially have been through digital sales. I do have to agree with Niktar. Not every Nintendo game goes on sale because they almost never do digital.
Nintendo
or
at Sony. Sony's getting better, but Nintendo sucks in terms of its deals. I'm just
yeah.
gonna be blunt, dude. They suck.
No,
in terms
I
of-
agree with you. In case you can't tell, I'm a Nintendo fanboy, and I agree they do suck in properly pricing their games after release.
Yeah. So
But
you
but
feel
yeah.
the opposite? Oh, Nan, you and I are gonna have to have a beer together because I feel like in-store deals are great. I see.
Well,
I
okay, so there are some in-store deals that are great, like the buy 2 get 1 free for pre-owned games.
Yeah.
You really can't find a digital version like that.
right.
But sometimes you'll see 50% or 70% off of titles online that you won't see in store. And if you do, it tends to be Amazon matching that price as well.
That is true. Yeah, and a
Nan
lot
is
of
buying
times
the 5-year-old
Best Buy,
store
like
game.
Best Buy will match a price too if you can find it online, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
literally
Best Buy,
their shtick.
Target, almost every retailer now, in order to catch up with Amazon, will match online prices or competitor prices as long as it's a physical copy. You can't go with the digital listing and expect that price, sadly. Although most retailers do try to catch up with that when they can.
So
Target and Amazon had buy 2 get, according to Sneaky Bean, Target and Amazon had buy 2 get 1 free around holidays, including pre-orders. That's pretty good.
that is really good. Except you're gonna have to now. Okay, Ed, I'm about to drop my full opinion right now.
All right, I'm strapping in.
Digital is better for a few reasons.
Mhm.
You get immediate access to it. You don't have to go somewhere, wait in line, wait for it to install. Whatever you can buy it and preload it in most cases.
True.
So you get it right away.
Yeah.
Digital, you can't lose it. If you happen to lose it, you can't lose it, so you'll always be able to play it. I feel like the only reason you should get physical. The only reason you should get physical.
As if you're Olivia Newton-John, yeah.
Yes, yes, exactly. Is if you. Okay, and unless they take down the store, that's true. But Sony can. I hope the person that made that decision at Sony steps on a Lego. Okay.
Those hurt.
Yeah. if you're a collector.
Ooh, no, you go ahead.
No, Ed, go ahead. What? Charles says what?
Charles says depends on the game. If I know I'll play it more than once or twice, then I might just buy digital. If I don't know if I'll play it more than once, if he doesn't know if he'll play it more than once or twice, he might just buy digital.
Okay.
And I could see that.
So,
you go on.
Who loses games? Where are you taking them? You guys don't have the big stack of CDs that are just games on games on games. Maybe I'm just I was a very unorganized child. But more or less, okay. My next thing and last thing for digital is, like I said earlier, when you buy something off of Amazon or you get it in the store, like there is a delay period. Like you can't play it right away. Amazon might delay you know how many times I've seen people be really upset because Amazon delayed their release shipment 2 days, and then person has to wait 2 days before they can play that game. I think Aaron Snicky in chat had to deal with that with, what was it, Cyberpunk or Valhalla or one or the other? Like, that's a problem to me.
That can be an issue. I personally, I try to think, I have many reasons as to why I pick digital or physical. I do think both is good for either reason. A lot of it is, I think I understand how you might have lost games, by the way, because sometimes you take a game out and you're going to put another game in, you put that old game, or you put it in the wrong case.
Yes.
Yeah, and there have been so many times that I know that I'm going to buy a game digitally because it's going to be a game swapping out a lot. Multiplayer games like Super Smash Brothers or Mario Kart 8, I'd rather keep that built into the Switch so I could just access it there, not have to switch out of whatever single player game or other game I'm playing out of. And also just to be lazy. I'm not going to get up off the couch with my friends. I'd rather just sit there and be lazy and happy.
Yeah, lazy and happy, baby. See, okay. Snicky fell right for the trap. He bought a hard copy. It didn't come in. So he bought a digital copy, and now he has 2 copies. So he spent $120. Right into the trap, baby. You are why capitalism is great. Okay. LOL. RIP. RIP. Guys, can we get some F's in the chat for Snicky, please? F's in the chat. I want everybody. So, okay, let's go into the next one. But like I said earlier, and Stone's kind of there. It's more of the collector, though, that is probably the only reason why physical media is still being made. I used to work at disc makers, and they laid off half the company because of lack of optical media sales. No one is buying CDs, DVDs, games in general, first of all. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Insane.
Damn.
Yeah.
Scout Communist, no thank you. No, I am not. I like capitalism. I just don't fall for it. Like Snicky here. Okay, collecting. Let's talk about that.
Who doesn't love a great collection?
I do. Hold on. I like a good collection. Here we go. Let's get rid of that, and here we go.
Who doesn't love a great collection? I don't have one, but anytime I walk into a room with a library of games, or anything really, movies, music, books, I'm immediately impressed.
Me too.
So I don't have any collector's editions of games per se, but I do have a lot of the collector's editions of strategy guides and artworks that come along with it, because that's usually what I appreciate the most as a designer. I really love,
awesome.
Especially if it's a franchise that I've kind of grown up with. I love to see how the artwork has evolved, and more often than not, that's the artwork is what makes me gravitate.
Hold on, shout out to Matt. Wait. Well done, Matt. Well done.
That's the artwork is what makes me gravitate towards a game in general.
The main games that I buy collector's editions for are Persona, Zelda, and Final Fantasy. I really like
her collection
the collector's editions.
Her collection is one of those things where I walk in, I'm like, wow.
I've been into Persona since Persona 3. So when Persona 5 was coming out, I was like, I need literally everything.
I'm not a good collector. I like to open things and play with them. So, same thing goes with games. If I buy a collector's edition, I buy it because I want to play it. That doesn't mean that they always get opened and used. I'm sure there are video games in this room right now
that's pristine.
That haven't been opened.
Oh, yeah. So you might have missed that last bit, but that collector's edition that he hasn't opened yet.
This one right here?
Yeah. He does intend to play it. He just hasn't gotten time to open it yet.
That's okay. All right. Super Mario All-Stars, damn.
But yeah, collector's editions are pretty fantastic. I know I've picked physical copies specifically for collector's editions, as well as art books too. I even brought around I brought props if we have time to see these props.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do you have props with you right now?
I do. I thought I grabbed I do. It's right here. So like the last collector's edition I got was the Final Fantasy VII Steelbook that came with the art book as well.
Love Steelbooks.
Oh yeah, and the art book is pretty cool because it shows everything from the vehicles they designed to the creatures to the summons and all that jazz.
That's awesome.
And obviously it's the same size as the game, so it could fit in the same box.
Mm-hmm.
And also, chat, feel free to crucify me for this. In case you don't know, I'm a stupid Marvel fan. And after I bought the digital version of Marvel's Avengers, which launched as a broken game but got better, I found the collector's edition was half off on Amazon. So I bought the physical game after buying the digital game as a way to like shout out to the developers and try to send them more business. And I got some cool stuff like this Captain America statue in the background.
Oh wait, let me go full screen. I want to see if we can get a better look at that Captain America. I see it. I was wondering what that was in the small screen.
Oh yeah, it's Captain America. It also came with like Black Widow belt buckle, Thor's hammer keychain, a bunch of other little trinkets and stuff.
That's awesome.
So collector's editions are fun. They're fantastic, especially if there's something that resonate with you. Burger Gun says, last one I got was Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, the collector's edition looked cool. I mean, okay, so like sometimes the game can be disheartening, but were you happy with the collector's edition you got of Kingdom Hearts 3?
I mean, from what I'm seeing in chat, it seems as though...
Oh, Marvel still crashes.
Oh.
I get that.
All right.
That sucks, dude.
Let me see real quick. Physical
Sorry, lame abs.
Or digital? Hold on. Physical game. I'm doing something that we haven't done in chat yet. Physical game. Physical for collecting only. Oh, for collecting. Okay, and digital. Okay.
Blue Raven says that he got his collector's edition, or their collector's edition of Kingdom Hearts 3 at a closing GameStop for half price. That is awesome. That's what I like to see. Discount shopping on collector's editions.
So for those of you guys in chat, check out that current poll. I'm curious because I kind of want to gather everybody's full thoughts on this. I feel like the reason to buy physical would be for collector's items. I don't see another reason, but it seems like there's a few people in chat that do see that other reason. So the chat's going to be up for another 30 seconds. So make sure you guys, the poll is going to be up for another 30 seconds. So make sure you guys do that. I could see. I'm more digital for ease, unless I want collectors than I do physical. Is that kind of where you're at, Ed? It seems like that's where you're at.
I'm more with digital for ease.
Yeah.
Although, I honestly can't think of the last time I planned to buy a physical copy outside of the Avengers and the Final Fantasy VII Collector's Edition.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, I think I'm more digital. I think I'm way more digital.
Okay. This next point here, let's go ahead and go into this. This next point is longevity.
Digital copies can be lost in the cloud or trapped in old hardware that could die. As long as you have the hard copy of the game, you can always find a machine that will play it.
So it's tricky. It's something that I've gone back and forth on a lot. Growing up, I always appreciated the physical because of mainly the instruction booklets. Because again, I like the artwork and things that come with the game. But as time has gone on, that's not really included anymore. So I've kind of shifted towards digital. But with some of the recent developments where some of the digital platforms are shutting down and they may not be available, it's kind of increased, I want to say in the past few months, my appreciation for having those physical copies, because then as long as I have the console, it doesn't matter if the online service is up, I'll always have access to that game.
My 360 is still plugged in. Why? I haven't touched it in years. I don't know, but it's there, so it's going to be plugged in. I have a shelf worth of Xbox 360 games that, again, haven't been used, but they're there in case I ever want to go back and play one of them. I mean, I literally have, as I look off and can see this, every Just Dance and Dance Central that came out with the Xbox 360. I also have a lot of Kinect games up there. I kept all of my Kinect games because I'm really going to go back and play them. I promise. Someday, Michael Phelps Swimming is going to come off the shelf, and I'm going to be swimming in my room.
I feel like as a common misconception where people say physical media is forever and it's going to outlive digital media, because digital media can just keep coming back. They can re-release it, but physical media has a chance of getting lost or broken. And there's a lot of games that you can't even play day one without a day one patch, or they're just online. So if the servers go down, it doesn't matter if you have the game, you'll still never be able to play it. Digital media does have its downfalls, though. If you see the Scott Pilgrim instance where it went offline for 10 years, so you couldn't re-download it even if you did own it. I know that Sony's closing the PS3 and the Vita and PSP stores, but according to PC Mag, you can't purchase anything, but you can still download those games. So they're not gone forever. You don't have to download all of them before it's going to be over, but it's just doing research and figuring out what's best for you and what you want to do. I think the biggest thing for me is accessibility and collectability on why I go digital or physical.
I hope that puts things in perspective for you, but did it change your mind? What are your reasons when choosing to buy physical copies over digital and vice versa? Let us know in the comments. I'm Andrew Culp. Thanks for watching.
GG's, Andrew. Good article, man. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. And GG to everyone that was brought into the video. They all brought up some pretty valid points.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't seem like digital will last forever, especially with news like PSN and PS Vita closing down or delisting games. And that Scott Pilgrim debacle, like, I love that game when it came out 10 years ago. I shot at the top of my lung when I heard that it was being re-released, but like those 10 years were very upsetting and super slow, and like just it does suck that you could be lost without the game, especially if you try to like download it on a later system or another system. But I do think that there's a way that we can back up our digital games onto hard drives, so that way if anything does happen to our system, we can still install them and play them even if they're not available on the marketplace anymore.
Right. And you know what? That's funny that you say that. I mean, that's a good point. Is what if your disk drive breaks and you can't play the physical version? That's another reason I went digital before, probably before most people, is my Xbox One disk drive broke. So I had to buy digital.
Oh, that sucks. And yeah, I could see that. Definitely forces you to buy. Non-Pog Squad brings up, can we talk about the size of the system? Yes. So the memory size of your system is very important.
Yes.
But today's day and age, they have been making external hard
drives.
What
a discussion, guys.
Yeah, there are ways to try to expand your console's memory without buying a whole new console. Yes, I do wish I could get a 5 terabyte system as well, but I did buy a 5 terabyte hard drive for less than $100 on sale, and I have not capped that thing out on my PS4 yet. I actually had to stop myself because I felt like I was buying a lot of games on sale digitally to try to challenge how long it would take to expand that hard drive, and I have some unplayed games on my PS4 right now.
Yeah. No, that is man. I mean, this is a very controversial topic because you could very well go both ways, and obviously it's subjective. I mean, even in the poll, so looking at the poll results, 71% of people said they'd rather buy, they're buying the physical for the game rather than for collecting. 29 people said physical for collecting. 29% said physical for collecting. 71% said physical for game, just for the game. 0 said digital.
Oh, wow.
I mean, wouldn't it suck though if you had the physical and your disk drive broke, and so that you then you're stuck buying both?
Yeah, it does suck until you can learn to like repair it yourself, or hope that your system is within like that 1 year warranty.
But then you're not playing games for a month because you had to send it out and wait for it to come back. I remember the Red Ring of Death. You remember that?
Oh God, yeah. Or even like with the 360, if you move the Xbox while it's playing a game, it'll just ruin your disc.
Yep.
But at the same time, being stuck to just the digital version of it, you could be stuck with that game for longer than you need to. Some people probably have some digital games that are just collecting dust in their hard drive and taking up that valuable space, and they just completely forgot about it as well.
Yeah, man.
Buddy Poyd brings up, I've noticed some websites like Newegg will offer sales on digital downloads of games before physical versions. Yeah, there are a lot of outlets out there that are trying to market on the accessibility and the ease of digital.
Man, what a conversation. This is my favorite part of the show, man, when we could talk about this stuff, because everybody feels so different, but damn.
Yeah.
It really gets you thinking.
It does. And it's always nice. I like interacting with peers. I like interacting with other gamers, especially if they have different opinions, because it definitely opens my mind up more.
Yeah.
I might actually heavily contemplate my next game purchase, which I don't know what it is yet. But my next game purchase might be physical, even if it's not for a collector's edition.
You know, you have a good point. Like, so Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker, that expansion's coming out, I think, in September. And like Christina actually got me into Final Fantasy 14 because that's her favorite game. And she got the collector's edition for, I don't know which expansion it was, whether it was all of them or just like a few of them. But like, there's normally a collector's edition associated with it. Excuse me. And you know, Final Fantasy 14 is now my second favorite game of all time. And so since it's that high up, I think I would really enjoy getting a physical collector's edition of Endwalker, you know?
Yeah. Well, what does the physical edition entail? Is it just like a figure?
I think it's a figure, yeah. I think it's a figurine, but
okay.
I have to check though, because, you know, I mean, supply is low and demand is high, so who knows if you'd even get one, but...
That's true. In my experience, after like picking up a game that I liked a lot and then looking to the collector's edition that I missed out on, I do find that sometimes they have different figurines that are not tied to the collector's edition.
Yeah.
Or the figurine itself sold separately. And you might be able to get that at a discounted price, or at least not the full price of the collector's edition when it first came out.
Yeah.
Or you could get lucky and, Final Fantasy 14 has become such a big game that you're not going to find any unopened ones.
Right.
But if you get lucky and you really love a game that nobody else plays, you get a collector's edition for 50% off.
Yeah, and I mean... You're 100% right. And I mean, you know, in bringing the discussion to, you know, buying digital if they didn't shut the systems down, like Nonpog said, Christina actually mentioned you could still buy. No. You could still download them. You just can't buy them. So, like,
yeah.
I guess then you would have to buy the physical, if physical still exist, of those games.
True.
You know?
True. By the way, Christina did bring up in chat, S'mores Pop Tart brought up in chat that she was holding a statue earlier, and it was the Shadowbringers statue, or from the Shadowbringers collector's edition.
Yeah. Christina, nice job on your discussion points.
Yeah, I really enjoyed talking to these gamers and interviewing them because they brought so much to the table, and they kind of opened my mind to things that I was looking forward to. Like, I almost completely forgot about gamers manuals until Matt was talking about the art books and stuff that he had. Yeah. And even Aaron brought up his old like Halo 3 pamphlet and the map that came up from the inside of it, and it was so nostalgic. And they don't have that little extra care in physical games anymore.
Damn.
But yeah.
GG's, guys. GG's. Well done.
Good discussion, chat.
Well done. Damn. And nice job on the videos, Ed. Those interviews really I like that a lot.
Thanks.
But guys, that's it. That's the discussion today. It does seem like chat is more in line with physical. While I haven't been swayed, I might be swayed more towards collector's stuff. I'm still going to buy digital just because of the ease and the, you know, if a disk drive does break, which it has before, and maybe it's my PTSD, you know, speaking to myself with that. But chat, great discussion, everybody. GG's, everybody. GG's in the chat.
Thanks, chat.
Yeah, that was awesome. But guys, this has been episode 89. Jeez, we're almost at 100. We gotta do something big. Gotta do something big for 100.
Oh,
but
we will.
We will start playing.
Thanks,
now.
buddy. I am a beast at making videos.
Maybe Jacob will be back. Maybe Ed will be a host on Tuesday. Maybe we'll just have to bring in 2 additional people into the show. Maybe we'll just bring Ed in every once in a while. Maybe Ed will get his own show. The sky's... Yeah,
I can do it.
The sky is the limit. But guys, thank you so much. Loading Screen episode 89 brought to you by Mike and Ike and Zip Chair. We hope you all have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, play some games, and be ready for another big discussion next week. Guys, Loading Screen, 11 a.m. every Tuesday and Thursday. We're probably going to get a Let's Play next Friday. Don't know what we're going to play yet. Maybe It Takes Two. We'll see. But guys, this has been Loading Screen. Tune into Nerd Street Gamers Loading Screen every Tuesday and Thursday, 11 a.m., Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And be sure to tweet at us at Nerd Street Gamers, at Sir Scrowlix, at Shiggy Diggy Cub. And we hope that Jacob is healthy and back next week, guys. Take care, everybody. Much love. I will talk to you guys later.
Peace out, guys.
Peace out.